Tibbet's Minecraft stream without me fishing. Actually, an expand basement here. Ooh, that sounds like it'd be nice, Matley Scarling. I'll have to give it a try one of these days. Haven't really used any texture packs since the 360 days. That's okay, Cassie. I, just kind of, thought I'd do something. You know, test out the new equipment my mom got me, and so you could hear my sick voice. Oh, I'm gonna write that down real quick, if you don't mind. Nightly. Pencil around here somewhere. I got a dead pen. Oh, no, it's working. Conquest. Alright, I wrote it down so I could look it up later. So how's everyone's day been? As far as I can go with this, unless I drop the basement down further, which I guess I can do. Ah, haircuts are nice. Yeah, I don't mean to brag, but Mommy Tibbetts is a trained hair cutter, a barber, a hairstylist, I believe is the term she uses. And so I get professional haircuts at home for free. Ooh, nice, nice, Cassie. Is that who did your hair this time? Sometimes I give my mom a break, and then we go to an actual barber shop. But she knows how to do it best because she's been like cutting my hair since the day I was born. So. Well, it would definitely make things more interesting, because I haven't really... The new texture pack would definitely make things more interesting. because I kind of do the same thing last few several streams of Minecraft. This is kind of my comfort kind of sit back and chill game, just because, you know, it's a, you know, if you don't venture into the mines, nothing really explodes. Yeah, I've actually had a fairly productive day, even though I'm sick. It's my day off. So I, you know, put on a mask and I walked down to the store to gather this week's foodstuffs, and then I got home, assembled my new chair, which I'm sitting in now. Yeah, it's my birthday in like 4 days, so Mommy Tibbet's got me a couple neat things, like a new phone for one thing, which I'm using here as like my which I use as my chat interface, and it's got like a incredible battery life, so you know, I don't have to, you know, which will help, which combined with a more comfortable chair should mean that I could perhaps do longer streams in the future. I actually don't feel that bad in general, Cassie. It's just, you know, kind of a runny nose and a you know, persistent cough. Really, I think the main thing is I just think I sound funny. Like, I feel pretty much fine right now. Alright, noted. Scarla cannot watch my Minecraft streams with said texture pack. Got it. Don't worry, Cassie. We rarely see spiders in my Minecraft streams just because I rarely do anything that spawns them in, so... I think we'll be fine. Snakes are pretty cool. They are very fascinating creatures. Don't have, you know, we don't, luckily I don't have any venomous ones up here where I'm at. So, you know, whenever you see a snake here, it's just like a tiny little garden snake. Ah, nice, Cassie. Yeah, I kind of wish I lived on a creek and all. Instead, I'm kind of just in the general suburbs. But you know, how the house you know has cheap it's cheap. So you know, gotta make do with what you can get. We rented one of our rooms out to a fella that had a lot of had a lot of interesting animals. Like he had a big old snake, some sort of anaconda, I think it was, or no, it was a kind of python. Can't remember the exact kind it was. Um, he also had a pair of ferrets. Fun fact: ferrets stink. Like they just don't smell nice. Yeah, my cat. Yeah, animals can make some surprising noises. Like my cat will growl like a dog when people she's not as familiar with show up to the house. Of course, as soon as the people enter the house, she immediately bolts and hides under the nearest like draping or something. But she puts up a good like show, I guess. space looking like? Oh, still got plenty. Ooh, geckos. Yeah, I saw like lots of like lizards when in my time in the Virgin Islands. Yeah, there weren't as many spiders over there, but because they had these little gecko-like lizards that looked like the Geico gecko that would essentially kind of do most of the job that the spiders do. But the spiders that did show up were just huge, like the size of a head, of a human head, and they would be the kind that would drop down from the trees. Yeah, my younger brother got just eaten, just totally eaten up by mosquitoes. Like the first night we were there, uh, and he's been kind of paranoid about him ever since. By the way, Natalie Scarling, what does a python taste like? Does it taste like chicken, like everything else does, or is it more like an eel? Yeah, Cassie. Obviously, you like snakes. So you probably would feel a little weird eating ones. But I'd try one if it was like already prepared. I wouldn't. I wouldn't gut and stuff myself. I can't even do that to fish. Ah, this chair is so comfortable. A major improvement, major upgrade from the last one. Well, Cassie, I never had deer hearts, but I have had, like, I want to say it was elk before, and like a meatloaf. Wasn't my I prefer beef. I prefer beef or turkey meatloafs myself. Compared to that. So, but everyone has their own taste. So who am I to judge? I have eaten, I want to say they were grasshoppers before. Yeah, we just, the younger brother, the same one that got eaten up by mosquitoes, is kind of adventurous. So he convinced everyone to give these crickets a shot, and we ate them, and they're all right. They're crunchy. Other than that, I wouldn't really say anything else about them. In this stream, kind of hard to tell, but in other streams, kind of, I guess. Like in the Scarlet streams, yeah, I want to say there has been a delay bit. I don't know if it's a YouTube thing or something else. I also noticed that, my new phone kind of has a bit of tends to buffer a little bit. I guess it just, the YouTube app just isn't optimized for it just quite yet. Huh, well that is indeed very interesting. I can't recall if she's made any comments about it. Like it's, I can only assume, it's just like, YouTube, doing YouTube things. I mean, she's running a bit, she does live kind of in the middle of nowhere, so, connections might just be like a connection issue. I wouldn't know. I see. let's expand the wheat farm. Well, that'll do. Wait. Yeah, I think we could do. Okay. Oh, has it been freezing up on you, Cassie? Or was it, I guess, past tense? Yeah, it seems though that, all these, like, streaming services are, just really having a hard time keeping up with people nowadays. Either their automated systems are doing something stupid or what. Oh yeah, that happened to me a couple times before too. Uh, yeah, yeah, it sucks when that happens. But yeah, since I got this new chair and phone, maybe I could try an actual endurance stream. Maybe I'll try and endurance the final levels of Halo. Was that a bull? Yes, it was. Ooh, another enchanted bow. Curse vanishing. Yeah, sometimes that's just how games are. Like, my example was when I first played Front Mission 4. I assumed it would play like Armored Core, and it took me a full day to realize you had to click on the blue squares to make the mech move. Because Front Mission's a strategy game. Like a board game style strategy game, so. You know what? I think I want to go explore a little bit, just along the coast. While the wheat grows. Yeah, I think my youngest brother's girlfriend's been playing that lately. And I think she said the same thing about the sequel to the game. You know, that she wasn't entirely sure what she was doing. I don't know. She seemed to enjoy the first one, at least. Ah, I see. Yeah, without timestamps, that'd be quite difficult. Wonder if there's anything interesting over here. Yeah, I'd probably be the same way, Cassie. A normal video would be a little easier to digest and refer back to. Get in there. Why am I not getting in there? There we go. There's those cows. Where was the route back to the house? Probably shouldn't have started off without a map, but, hindsight and all that. There it is. Oh, don't want that. Jump me. Oh, missed. There's the second one. They always come in pairs these days. There you are. Oh yeah, I saw it. I see a lot of tweets, from everyone. I just, don't respond to them all just because, either, to like, like what do you say to one thing or another, or, There we go. Feathers. Well, one of the little chicks got away, but that's fine. Yeah, of course. Why would you want something like that, Cassie? I mean, I had plenty extra feathers already. Also, let's get these. Let's put this in. Yeah, yeah, let's play Scarlet about it. Alright, gravel. There we go, some flint. Let's keep doing this until we get enough flint to make some arrows. After all, we're technically farming and grinding in order to in order to power up so we can survive the Nether for a bit. Yeah, sometimes it's just one specific example that seals the deal. Alright, and arrows. Figure out where they were. Out there. Yeah, he really is the mad dog, isn't he, that Majima? Never played a Yakuza game either. Maybe I should one of these days. There's a lot of games I never played. All that, you know, the insane antics he goes up to, it's great. Yeah, those games have such a quirky sense of humor. Okay, I'm not 100% certain why he's doing it. I believe that the reason he was doing it in the first game, at least, is because he was trying to essentially make sure Kiryu uh, was tough, and he was pretty much like constantly making sure Kiryu was was in his top form. Pretty much, he was kind of like a weird training thing of some sort, if I gather correctly. I could be wrong, but. Or it could just be just because, Dev thought it was funny. Yeah, I've never played any of the Yakuza games, so I'm just kind of, I'm just, a bystander, watching, listening. But yeah, I gotta... this time I will actually be able to build Gunpla alongside the Oshi. I got my nippers. I got the time off. I got the kit. It's my first time building an actual Gundam kit as opposed to an Armored Core kit. So I'm a tad, curious to see how well it goes. Yeah. Older games can be quite pricey. It is an older game, right? Or is it a newer game? Because I guess games in general are just expensive nowadays. They're either old and considered valuable that way, or they're just overpriced now. Modern ones. Yeah, a part of me misses the older games where, the production value wasn't as high, but they came out faster and were cheaper. Like Armored Core used to be an annual release from Software would pump out a new one every year. With a couple exceptions, like they had a hell of a time getting Armored Core 5 up and running. So you know, they had to like take a couple extra years for that, and then after the game after that, they just kind of set the franchise aside for 10 years while they, you know, worked on Soulsborne games. And now we got Armored Core 6 came out last year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'd still charge you a pretty penny for at a GameStop though too, Cassie. That's just, you know, that's how they do it. Oh, yet another bow. There it is. Oh, it's an Infinity one. Perfect. Yeah, just one of those things where, you know, you just kind of have to, you know, kind of, you know, absorb that cost because, you know, you're only able to get so many back in the day, and, you know, march of technology and all that. But yeah, I miss the days like the PS2 where there just were so many more people making, so many more studios making games. A lot of them just kind of died with the 360 and the PlayStation 3. They couldn't figure out how to. They had a hard time because of the power difference between the two, like that the previous generation and that generation was so great that they just couldn't. They couldn't quite crack the code, and yeah. I mean, I guess we got indie games, more indie games now, like games made by one person. But yeah, there's only so many variety they can do with just one person. Oh yeah, they keep ratcheting up the prices, and I think a part of the problem is that there's so much production value going into it, like mocap and like big name actors and stuff like that. That the production value has gone up, so they have to sell the games for a higher price in order to compensate for it. On the one hand, it gets you Red Dead Redemption 2, gorgeous game, amazing story, but it means that the game also took years and years to develop, and they take a lot of data in your computer or your console, and of course they ratchet up the price. Plus, you just have the greed of stockholders and all that. But I won't get into that here. Yeah, boy, did I. I'm glad I dodged that bullet was switching to PC. Yeah, that's, yikes. That's the PlayStation 3 reveal all over again. Yeah, I think Sony got a little cocky there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I never really bought upgraded consoles unless I absolutely needed to. So, almost $1,000 for a console with barely any games on it. Yeah, I know there are games on it, but it's just a jest. I'm saying that in jest. But yeah, I wonder how much of it is due to inflation, how much of it is due to just the need to, the desire to get more and more into these things, and how much of it is simply they think they can use those excuses to ratchet up the price to, you know, for the sake of ratcheting up the price. Yeah, and that's the thing is that you're gonna get people defending any position you want, out under the sun. There, it's just that's just kind of how it works nowadays. People just lack a lot of people just lack critical thinking. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at, Cassie. Is that it could just be the company wanting to stockholders and corporate executives wanting to line their pockets because that's what a lot of a lot of stores here in the U.S. Are starting to drop their prices. When they and they're saying, hey, sorry, give me a moment. Sorry about that. Um, the prices are so high that people aren't buying the stuff anymore. Why don't we lower the prices so people are buying stuff? And it's leading a lot of people to conclude, wait, you had the ability to make a profit with lower prices this whole time, then why were you jacking up the prices in the name of inflation? Like, I try not to, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt and, try to steer away from the conspiracy theories, but, it does seem like something that would happen nowadays. Yeah, well, the thing is, Cassie, is that I have a saying, is that money is a drug. And like any drug, once you get enough of it, you want more. You can never have enough, just enough. It's an addictive drug, just like all those other ones that I probably shouldn't say because I'm on YouTube. You know, that's why you have like billionaires, you know, that like, you know, take over companies, gut them to their core, like, you know, just drop to like the absolute bare minimum of people and expect them to still run properly. You know, it's to, you know, it's to cut costs and increase profit when they have enough money to practically solve most of the world's problems overnight. Yeah, I try to do that too, Cassie, but sometimes you just gotta get what you got, what you can, when you can get it. Or, you know, something random happens. Like, for instance, I couldn't find the soap dispenser in the upstairs bathroom, so I had to buy a new soap dispenser when I went to buy the foodstuffs this morning. Oh yeah, that's annoying when it says it smells like sun, but it's not quite the scent you associate with that scent. So you know. I mean, I don't really care for the scents, you know, as long as it were. You know, I already had a big old jug of soap. I just needed a pump dispenser to have at the bathroom sink. I'm talking about like just hand soap for like washing your hands, not like body wash. Ooh, yeah. If you're having that kind of visceral reaction to it, then yeah, definitely don't put it on your body. Like, I'm not sure if soap could spoil, but if it's making you gag, then it probably spoiled. I do wonder what the story with all these very powerful enchanted bows ending up in the water is. I'm pretty sure there's a game theory video on that I just never saw. My Friday the 13th was actually A-okay, except for the fact that that was when I just simply said, okay, I'm definitely sick, I'm calling out for today, so, other than that, it was, it was fine, you know. Yeah, I know the stigma behind Friday the 13th, but, it's just a day to me, but, how about you, Cassie? Did anything interesting happen on Friday the 13th for you? Oh, wrong button. No, what happened, Cassie? Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, sorry about that. Sorry to hear that, Cassie. Yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah, women have it rough. You get no disagreement on me in that regard. Women have it rough. You guys deserve more just for the fact that your bodies practically self-destruct once a month. Oh yeah, like yeah, I'm aware as to what happens. It's but yeah, yeah, I get that it's very unpleasant. And if you ask me, it's a serious design flaw in human anatomy. But no one consulted me when they were building it, when they were designing it. So I can't take any blame for it. Oh dear, yeah, that's must be hitting you hard this time around. Or is it that bad every time? Like I'm just a stupid man, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I've heard how bad it can get. Is it consistently that bad for you, or? Oh dear, yeah. I'd imagine, between like, the fact that you're not used to it, and as well as just random chance, it could definitely be worse in the past. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry about that, Cassie. I wish I could do more for you, but I'm not. There's nothing I can do about it, fortunately. But yeah, yeah. It really does suck that your body you know goes through that on a regular basis. Just seems like a terrible, terrible design choice. Like that alone should prove that humans evolved as imperfectly evolved as opposed to been created perfectly, because the womanly time a month disproves the fact that we are perfect creations on its own. Well, that's good, Cassie. Yeah, you have to find your silver lining somewhere. Well, it's good that you don't take it, you don't lash out at others because of it. That's a I'm sure it's not easy, but yeah, closest I can tell you is that is I'm definitely gonna get arthritis in the future if I don't got it already. My knees sometimes give me quite a bit of trouble. Not as much lately, that I think about it. Yeah, it's not, it's just because I'm, very rather tall at 6'7" that back pain just kind of comes with the territory. Uh, and I especially need extra lumbar support, which is like your lower back. Yeah, like one time in my last job, my back just decided it was going to say nope, sprain, and and it was at a time when I didn't really have like a doctor assigned to me, and we were I was kind of in between insurance. So we had to go to urgent care in order to get like like a doctor's note to say, hey, I need to take some time off. I invested in a nice sturdy back brace to help support. I don't think that's relevant to your conundrum, of course, but oh yeah, I definitely feel like I lucked out being taller than shorter. Like I'm the tallest in my family anyway, and I'm generally the tallest around, in most areas I end up. But the human body was only meant to be so big, so you know the spine isn't really sturdy enough to support above a certain height, and you get back pain easier with when you're tall. So everything has its upsides and everything has its downsides. Oh yeah, that's oh yeah, you just woke up. Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, it was the Axe Tour Agnes, I think it was called. I said, well, it's at least the mech of the character she hates. So yeah, there's that. Like yeah, it sucks, but I broken model kit pieces. Actually, my very first model, I broke or lost a part of the foot, and it can't stand anymore. So at least mine, you could kind of prop it up and still look right. She lost the hand, I think it happened, and of course broke the weapon. So oh yeah, don't worry, Cassie. There's no rush to start. I bought a few actual Gunplas, like actual Gundam kits, and I'm gonna start my first one alongside Scarlet today. Hey, now here's the thing I didn't notice either. So I didn't notice about the hands being backwards either. So goes to show how much attention I was paying. Still, still hilarious, of course. Ah, yes. D&D. Yeah, I also like D&D. I've only ever played one game when I was kind of volunteered as the DM, so I never actually played it. Uh yeah, but I've been kind of interested in a while. My biological father was really into it. Uh some coworkers at my previous job were into it as well, and I was always curious about listening in to like their shenanigans. And you should give it a shot, Cassie. It's essentially Baldur's Gate 3. You just it's like Baldur's Gate 3 except it's multiplayer and not as high budget. Yeah, like my personal project. Yeah, I played a nice few months worth of a D&D little mini campaign, and I had a follow up idea for it, and then I ended up deciding to instead make my own tabletop game that's taking forever to actually make. Like I've made some progress on it here and there. I have the lore, the plot. I have most of the mechanics down. I think, of course, I won't know until I. Yeah, well, Cassie, as long as there are plenty of resources online. My youngest brother was already into D&D and said and recommended that we kind of do that as a family activity. That's how I ended up playing it. Um, there are plenty of communities online you could do. So you do D&D over online as well. Yeah, I think that's going to be the trickiest part is to get a group to play with for you, Cassie. Just because it is a group activity. Oh, are there major differences between BG3 and D&D? Or like 5e? Okay, okay. Didn't know that. I thought I thought it did a fairly good job of kind of simplifying the mechanics at least. But oh yeah, those are fun to watch, Cassie. There's a YouTube channel called, I want to say it's Mr. Ripper, I think it is. Give me a sec to quickly check that real quick. Let me see. Oh, 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 my YouTube just crashed. Give me a sec. Sorry, just looking this up. Yeah, Mr. Ripper. That does all sorts of, like, D&D story readouts and stuff. But yeah, like, they have, like, they're, like the horror stories. In fact, they do horror stories as well, but they cover all sorts of things, like, what's, like, one badass line that, a villain, gave in your game, in a game you played in, or what's the dumbest thing your players got away with in a game you DM'd, kind of stories. Yeah, another thing you'll need, as the Nightly Scarling pointed out, is that you'll need some books, or at least reference material. Now, you could probably borrow them from other people in the party. You could actually download them online. There's an app. Like an official app for your phone that you could, like, download the books from, but you'll still have to pay for them. Oh yeah, reference to the Nightly Scarling. He's most likely more experienced than I am. Like I said, I played one game in which I was volunteered as the DM, and I had to just kind of make it up as I go because I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, my middle brother. I'm the oldest, and I have two younger brothers. The youngest one, and the middle brother, and the middle one is kind of the oddball. He's the goofy one. His character for that campaign was a Dragonborn paladin, but he was a paladin of Guy Fieri. So everything was, like, food based for him. Like, his sword was like a sword shaped like a spatula. He would roll for flavor every time we entered a new scene in order to, and I'd have to come up with some sort of like food related thing that happened. Like, he rolled high once, and like the first interaction, he rolled for flavor, and it was at the tavern. The stereotypical, you mean in a tavern, you mean in the bar, and he rolled low, so I just kind of threw together the cheese on your cheeseburger still has the plastic on it, and I immediately facepalmed. Like, oh, god damn it, I now added American cheese to this medieval fantasy. And then there was another instance where yeah, another situation was that he as he end up rallying a bunch of kobolds to go to war with a bunch of hobgoblins. But if you look at the stat differences between a kobold and a hobgoblin and a bugbear, yeah, he can end up leaving that encounter with a lot of like war trauma and stuff. Oh god, yeah. None of my players got to use prestidigitation or or soiled anyone's pants. I'm sure they would have loved to, but I just never present. I don't think any of them had a class that had that spell, and of course we were all new and didn't know what we were doing, so we probably wouldn't be able to find it. Oh, was there a message that didn't go through, Nightly? The thing I got away with and the DM is still pissed about, it is using prestidigitation. Representation, need to soil something. Okay, so it was that one. Okay, sorry, I was just slow getting to it. Sorry about that, Nightly. Sorry. What kind of enchantments I get on my boat, on my fishing rod this time? Luck of the Sea 2. As well as Unbreaking 3. Perfect. Well, it's because it's YouTube. You probably missed it, but Cassie and I were bitching and moaning about corporations and general incompetence of like high-tech industries. And reminiscing the old days. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, it's just how computers work, unfortunately. They're, that we try to hype them up, but they're still kind of dumb. Yeah, we're at almost 2 hours, and I feel nice. My back isn't hurting, so this chair is definitely working. The new chair is definitely working. It's doing its job. Oh, really, Nightly? I did not know that. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because fish bones, but I didn't know they had a chance to drop bones. That's actually really interesting. Like, does a sword count, or does it have to be with my fist? I think I'm doing an up-to-date version. I want to say it's Java. I think I'm using Java. Well, I'll test it out some other time. I don't want to totally wipe out the fish population here. But yeah, my phone's at 54% battery. It started like 60 something, so we're good on battery power. I'm still comfortable in my chair. We're 2 hours into the games, into the streams. So yeah, I think we could actually do some endurance streams sometime soon. Then. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's working. That's working. Yeah, I knew that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Ooh, still want that. Oh, enchantment book. Knockback 2. Another one. Quick charge 1. it so I can make level 30 enchantments. Level 28, eh? Alright, prepare a replacement sword. So I'm starting to get a little worn out. Invest in a diamond one. Sorry, my voice failed there for a second. Any streams you'd like me to see from me in the future? You know, I'm always open to suggestions. Yeah, D&D, like, you know, I've never played Baldur's Gate 3 myself. I'd be willing to give it a shot. Or, you know, some sort of, like, you know, D&D campaign option. Like, probably require a little logistics because it's kind of hard to play it solo. But, Ooh, yeah, I actually have The Witcher 3. I just never really. I made it. I got past the tutorial, but it was on my brother's uh, account, and as soon as I beat the tutorial, it kicked me off because they started playing a game on it on their end. So I'll have to communicate with them to like find a good time to stream that one too. Feeling outdoors there. Oh yeah, I still need to get back into First Ascended. I got past the tutorial, but I just got kind of distracted. So yeah, that's something I should do. I could do on the stream. Nope. All right, sounds good, Nightly. Have fun. Have fun, and thanks for stopping by. Oh, yeah, okay. Never mind then. Yeah. Feel free to hang out. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I got you now. Yeah. Here we go. that a little bit. That will actually pull this back. Lava. Actually, let's see what chance I put on my armor. Just give me some protection against skeletons. Sorry, put it on. I wonder what Papa Tibbet is planning on making for dinner. Getting kind of hungry. It's not 4 yet, so I usually don't eat until like late when he cooks. I tend to cook earlier in the day than he does. No, that's okay, Cassie. You're not obligated to stay here. Oh, is that a PvP mode of some sort you're struggling through there, Nightly? acids now. PvP, are they just not terribly helpful in PvE then? Charade. Not as good as the one I got currently, though. Creepers always come in twos. There's another creeper around here somewhere, I know it. Ah, there it is. bolts. There we go. Okay. There we go. We've done it. We're at level 30 enchantment abilities. Now just Welcome back, Nightly. Well, to paying attention. I haven't done too much. I just, added more books. So now I can do level 30 enchantments. I forgot how doors work. And now we're going to get some lava. Lava, perfect. I see, Nightly. Yeah, that get frustrating. Alright, now let's see if the house burns down because of this. This must be like a good garbage disposal system. So far, so good. I probably have too much dirt, so just hash it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, those people are the worst. Those people, sure, yeah, those people are quite obnoxious. Niley, I agree. I wonder if I can make a painting. Time frame. Yeah, I might be calling it here pretty soon just because I'm getting kind of hungry and need to check in with the rest of the household to figure out what our dinner plan is. Yeah, you know, Scarlett's gonna be streaming in like a. Well, I was planning to be streaming in a couple hours, so I wasn't paying attention. Probably another like 14, 13 minutes. So we reached the 3 hour mark. food is good. Food is good. Oh yeah, I feel you. Again, you know, that sucks. Say, having a strong craving and not being able to satisfy it. There we go. That was irritating me for a bit. But yeah, like I got stuff to make a Philly cheese chicken pasta. It's got like the peppers and the onion, caramelized onions of Philly cheese steak along with the cheese. But I use chicken thighs instead of steak, and I put it in pasta because it's easier to transport to work for my work lunches than a sandwich. It is pretty darn good, I'm not gonna lie. Especially since my Papa Tibbetts makes seasonings for like local restaurants, and he gets to bring home some of the spare ones, and so he's got like this French onion soup base seasoning. It might actually be a French onion soup base, like a powder base that gives it a quite the flavor. But I use chicken just because it's a little a little less cholesterol than beef. Cheaper too to get the thighs and cut yourself than the pre-shaved steak by a long shot. Oh, don't worry. We're literally about to cross the 3 hour mark, and I was gonna call it here in like 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, perfect. And with that, I'm gonna call it a day because I'm getting kind of hungry right now. uh, Talking about the Philly cheese chicken pasta, it did not help. But yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. It was a blast. That was probably my longest Minecraft stream, and I look forward to trying out the new setup next time. And yeah, that was a nice stream despite my lingering cold. And yeah, thanks for coming. It was great having you. Hope to see you next time. I think we'll be trying a endurance to finish Halo CE anniversary next time. Probably tomorrow. We'll see.